What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to show you how to stand up for yourself without being a jerk or getting overreactive. And I think this is a very important skill to have, because if you can't stand up for yourself, then people will not respect you and girls will walk all over you. And this video is going to include a real life example of me actually standing up for myself during an incident that happened quite recently. So make sure you watch till the end. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, it's very important to be able to stand up for yourself. But I think this is a topic where there's a lot of confusion, especially in the seduction community, this whole concept of boundaries, and people have no idea how to properly enforce your boundaries. Some people think they have to go over the top and, get very reactive and just, get in people's face. And some people will go to the other extreme and think you have to be very nonchalant and pretend like nothing is happening when people are disrespecting you, right? The right path is somewhere in the middle. So you do need to stand up for yourself. But the very important thing is that the reaction has to be appropriate for the situation. So if someone is mildly disrespecting you, it's going to make no sense for you to get in their face and try to fight them, right? Because then it's going to seem like you're the one that's over the top and you're the one that's fucking up, right? So the reaction has to be appropriate for the situation. So these are the 4 steps that I think that are important when it comes to standing up for yourself. And 99% of the time, standing up for yourself can be non-physical. It doesn't have to lead to a fight. In fact, the vast majority of the time, if you stand up for yourself early enough, the other person won't want to fight you, because they'll be like, okay, this person has some balls. I can't roll over them and just keep pushing them and pushing them. So the first step is to get the attention, right? You have to stop. So if someone's verbally berating you, or a girl's disrespecting you or whatever, you have to get the attention. You can't just be like, actually, what you're doing is not cool. Like if she's talking over you, it's not going to work. So the first thing you have to do is make yourself heard. So just be like, hey, right? Like stop. Like, hey, stop. Right? That's how you get a person's attention. Again, it doesn't involve yelling, but you might want to raise your voice a little bit just to be heard. That's the first thing, is you want to get the person's attention. The second thing is to call out the behavior. And this should be done in a very logical, rational, non-emotional way. So for example, if a girl is, trying to berate you, be like, hey, I don't understand why you just keep trying to, disrespect me, and that's not really cool. Like, is this how you talk to people? Like, you really should not be disrespecting someone like that. But the first thing you do before you jump into, the whole tirade is saying, hey, you realize that for the past 5 minutes, you've just been disrespecting me and you've been, doing this and this. So you're pointing out the behavior. The third step is you're saying that you're not going to tolerate it. Once you point out the behavior in a logical way, you're saying, listen, that's not going to fly with me. I'm not going to put up with that. So not going to fly, right? Very firm. And the fourth step is you simply move the fuck on, and then you keep going. And then if the person, which 99% of the time won't happen, does their behavior again, then you can see how to escalate, which usually will involve you just walking away from the situation. Again, that's usually the best response. But usually it won't come to that. Like usually when you stand up for yourself and you follow this method, the person will stop the behavior they were doing that was either crossing your boundaries or disrespecting you. All right, so now that you guys have the theory, I'm going to play for you a clip so you can see each one of these principles in action. So this was from a podcast that took place quite recently. And again, so the backstory here is that, I was doing a podcast with Face and LMS, good guy, this is nothing against him at all. He was actually fairly respectful during the whole thing, but he did have a caller on, which was really weird because usually, I don't do call-ins or something like that. So he had a call-in on his side, and it was basically him and the caller kind of like teaming up against me, which again is fine as long as we're having a respectful debate. But there were certain points where the caller did kind of talk over me, interrupt me, and kind of was in a way telling me how to do my own podcast, saying you can't do this, you can do that. Okay, it happens. We're having, a pretty, let's say, intense debate. So again, nothing personal against this guy. I'm sure he's a good guy, right? But he did sort of cross my boundaries, and he did get disrespectful at times. And I let it slide initially. But then, it got to a point where I couldn't let it slide anymore. So you're going to see how this plays out. Going back to the money example, you look at the statistics of the wealth gap. Yeah, of course, it looks very depressing. But you look at all the other things about how many people are able to, make a successful business who came from a family of nothing, and how some barriers to entry have been lifted with the rise of the internet. And the statistics are encouraging. So I think, in my opinion, we're just going to end it off here because I think we can keep going back and forth.
Yeah, and
the black pill community.
You ended on had nothing to do with the dating.
So interrupted, and also this has nothing. So it's kind of like a little bit of like a jab. This has nothing to do with the, even though it clearly does, because I'm making an analogy.
Market.
I'm trying to make an analogy. I'm making an analogy between
You make analogies like halfway through the call, not like in your closing thoughts. Your closing thoughts should be like close to the point and summarizing.
So he's like, well, you make an analogy in the middle. You can't make your analogy at the end. And again, he's interrupting me. So it has to do with the stuff that was leading up to this. If you guys want to see the full interview, it's on my channel. It's How Much the Looks Matter debate. But at this point, I kind of reached this tipping point. So watch what I do next. My motherfucking channel, so I'll make my closing thoughts. I'm not trying to be rude here, but like, dude, like, you can't come on a person's channel and ask them how to run a podcast. Like, I've been very lenient and like allowed you to come on my platform and make your points. I haven't interrupted you. I've been open, like, but you can't tell me, oh, you can't do this. It's my live stream. Like, I'll do it the way I want to do it. Like, I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate the discussion we've had, but like, no, man, like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So anyway. So let's play this again and kind of analyze this
to the point and summarizing.
It's my motherfucking channel. So first thing I do is make sure I'm heard. So I raise my voice a little bit. I'm not yelling, but I'm like, all right, well, it's my channel. I get the attention. They stop talking because I can't call out the behavior if they're still talking over me. So I get them to stop talking, get the attention. That's step one. So I'll make my closing thoughts. I'm not trying to be rude here, but like, dude, like, you can't come on a person's channel and ask them how to run a podcast. That's the second thing. I'm calling out the behavior. He's coming on my channel and he's telling me how to do things. I've been very lenient and like also stating the situation. I've been very lenient. I've been very cool towards you. So again, this is more of still the, calling out the situation. Allowed you to come on my platform and make your points. I haven't interrupted you. I've been open, like, but you can't tell me, oh, you can't do this. And this is me saying, I'm not going to tolerate, but you can't tell me what you're not going to do. Now, of course, it's not like super black and white, but you can see, each one of these steps is basically being followed. It's my live stream. Like, I'll do it the way I want to do. I'll do it the way I want to do. I'm stating a fact. Okay, I acknowledge the behavior, and now I said that, I'm not going to put up with it anymore, and then I move on. Like, I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate the discussion we've had, but like, no, man, like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So anyway. And then the conversation, keeps going, went off the podcast. And after that, there was no more interruptions. There was no more, no more telling me what to do. It was very respectful. Again, because when you call shit out and when you stand up for yourself, people will respect you a lot more. It's just important that you do it the right way. Now think about what would have happened if I got overreactive and I started insulting a person like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. You're a piece of shit. How dare you tell me what to do? I would have looked like an idiot in that situation. Like, whoa, what's wrong with this guy? Why did he get so butthurt? Or say I was like, you know what, dude, like, I'm done with this. Get off my channel. You're done. Again, I would have looked like the idiot, right, in that situation. But because my reaction was appropriate for the situation, the audience is on my side, right? It's like, wow, yeah, finally. Like, we all love that scene in the movie where the guy who's being bullied stands up for himself, right? But again, it doesn't make any sense if the guy who's being bullied a little bit takes a gun and shoots everyone, right? That's an overreaction, and then you're not rooting for that guy anymore. So very important to be able to stand up for yourself, but you have to make sure that the reaction is appropriate for the situation. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. Show us some love by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, and clicking the bell for notification. As I keep promising, once we hit 75,000 subs, I'm going to release a never-before-seen rejection infield compilation of me. So it's going to be very entertaining to watch me get blown out over and over again. So make sure you smash that subscribe button and tell all your friends. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.